segment is sponsored by Mount Pleasant Magazine. We are back with the 2023 Best of Mount Pleasant. Publisher of Mount Pleasant Magazine, the one and only Bill Macchio, joins us now with photographer Mark Staff. Thank you, of course. You've been here all morning. Mark, thanks for joining us.
Hi, good morning. Thanks, Erin.
So we're going to talk to you more about, you're the one that took all the photos for the Best of, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
But before we get there, we have something very exciting to discuss. You have recently traveled the world, and you're going to share some images that have never been seen or shared publicly before. Is that right?
Yeah, the pictures we're going to see, nobody's seen them before at all. So
what inspired? So obviously you're working with Mount Pleasant Magazine, but you were telling me that you just, like, on your own wanted to go to the places that tourists don't go.
Yeah, I wanted to go somewhere off the tourist grid, so I went to the Himalayas, to northern India, to Kashmir, and on a solo motorcycle trip to do the 3 highest mountain passes in the world, and also to see what real people, what they live like, and to photograph them. So some of these images you have.
Okay, so let's start right. Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
That gives me major anxiety.
That's my favorite place in the world. That's Crib Goch in Snowdonia, Wales.
Wow.
So,
how long was this trip that you did all this?
This was a separate trip, that one.
Very cool. We'll flip through a couple more.
That's shooting in Bangkok.
Okay.
Really cool place to go.
That's cool. And then back to Mount Pleasant. Bill, what a huge, get for you that you have this world traveler of a professional photographer at your disposal here in Mount Pleasant.
We talked about it earlier today while we were in the green room, how we really have a mutual respect for one another a lot. And I know that once we get in the setting that we're going to do a photo shoot, it's all his. He can put it all together, and I trust him.
Right, you just handed it over. So I know you had to clear it through the police department for your photo shoot.
I did.
To highlight the Best of Mount Pleasant. The mayor had to pressure wash it, not him personally, but he got his
had
office
to make it look good,
to clean it up. And then you came in. So what is yours when you have all these people? How many winners are there?
We had on the cover, I think we had 17 or 16.
Okay, so 17 people. Group photos can be tough, right? Because you're trying to arrange everybody. And
I don't think they're tough. I find it fun to do.
Okay.
How to place everybody so that each person looks important.
Yeah.
And then with the one with the sign, to show Mount Pleasant without the letters being hidden by anybody.
That was
a little bit of a
challenge.
challenge.
We wanted to make sure that the sign was intact and wasn't interrupted.
You didn't want to miss a vowel or.
Right.
No.
So as you did this, how long did the entire photo shoot take as you were getting everybody ready, staging everybody?
The actual shoot took maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's the setup that takes the time. Yeah.
You said there was some issue. There was sun. And
oh my word! Yeah.
Stretch.
Well, when we went to check out the location beforehand, it was later in the day.
Yeah.
And I knew the sun would be somewhere over there. But when it actually came time with everybody is finally on set, and I get the camera, the sun is shining right into the lens, like a laser beam. So I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do here? Because there's no way I can photograph this. I've got to resolve this with all these people sitting here. So thankfully, Haven's Furniture had a big ladder in their truck. So I'm standing on the very top of the ladder where it says, do not stand. So I'm like Cirque du Soleil acrobat standing up there trying to shade the sun from my camera and shoot down and get it.
At least you've climbed the mountaintops before us. So you were comfortable with that.
Balance is not a problem, but.
What are you guys going to do for 2024?
I've been thinking, I love the sign, but I've got to come up with it. So I've got some ideas.
I won't say it. We were discussing something in the commercial break. I'm a big fan.
We've got some ideas. And I've got somebody who obviously is very adventurous.
Yeah. He just needs a ladder and a camera. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thanks, Erin, for having us.
We'll see you for the next segment. Mark, pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you.
Where can people go for more information for you?
MarkStaffPhoto.com or follow me on Instagram.
Follow him on Instagram.
What's not to love about Mount Pleasant, South Carolina? Whether you're a resident or thinking about moving to Mount Pleasant, learn more about this coastal town. Read Mount Pleasant Magazine digitally at readmpm.com or listen to Mount Pleasant Podcast at mountpleasantpodcast.com. It's the perfect way to learn more about the town people love to call home.